share some crazy success stories because I love to hear those.
This was a few years ago. This is right before the pandemic started. I was at a WeWork in Los Angeles. I used to do events by bringing my massage table out and working on people. I met this woman, and I don't know if she'd want to be kind of put out like that. So I'll just say her name starts with R.
Hmm.
We'll just call her R. And she was dealing with multiple herniations in her low back and her neck because she had become sedentary because she had gotten hydrocephalus. And,
Oh, wow.
and so hydrocephalus, for those who don't know, is when you have a buildup of cerebralspinal fluid in the brain because it's not draining properly. And so she was a very competitive soccer player with dreams of going pro. And she had gotten a brain tumor in her tectum area, which is by the third ventricle, which is where the cerebrospinal fluid drains out down the neck and goes through the body. And the tumor had blocked that drainage point to the point where it wasn't draining. And so she started getting massive buildup of pressure in her head. She was getting really dizzy. She couldn't exercise. And I don't know if you've ever seen those medical shows where they drill a hole in someone's brain and the fluid like shoots out.
Yeah.
She had to get one of those operations. And so it's been 6 years, and with hydrocephalus, it's known to be a lifelong condition that's not curable. And so we started talking, and I started thinking, it was like, well, I don't know what I can do for hydrocephalus, but at the very least, I can deal with the herniations in the neck and the back, and we can get that figured out. And so we start working together, and we do the first session, and we have reduced what's called reverse hypers, which are basically leg lifts where you're hanging off the table for the low back, strengthens the low back and the glutes, really good for herniations and creates stability in low back. And she got dizzy after the third rep. And she said to me, sorry, this is how it's going to be. And I said, yeah, no worries. We'll figure it out. And about like 4 or 5 months before I started working with her, I gone to this lymphatic seminar by a great guy named Dr. Perry Nicholson. And so we started learning lymph techniques, how to drain the lymph. And usually when I learn techniques, I learn by trying them on myself, and I get a feel for how they work. But unbeknownst to me, when I had created my rehab exercise that fixed my broken neck, I unknowingly created a lymphatic pump. And so my lymph was completely clear, which meant that as I did these exercises, I basically had no feel for what these exercises were doing. And so I just didn't have any feel for them. And so I'm in this situation with her. We know that cancer is a result of a compromised immune system, which has to do with the lymph. And I could see that her neck there's a lot of swelling in her neck and a little bit in her face. And so I knew there was a lymph problem there, cancer and the fact that there are visual signs. And so, you know what? Let's drain her lymph. Maybe we can create a little bit of ease off a little bit, because we also in that seminar that some of the cerebral spinal fluid drains through the front lymph nodes in front of the neck. And so I was like, you know what? Even if it's 10%, if we just get her a little bit, that could help her out. And so that first session I drain her lymph. We do a full lymph drainage. And so we end the session 2 hours later. So we had the session like 7 at night, and we ended like 8. She texted me around like 10 p.m. She says, I'm dizzy. And I think to myself, oh no. I was like, what have I done? Like, have I just like stepped into this area that I just have no experience and no scope? And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And so not a great night's sleep. I wake up the next day, I text her, how are you feeling? She doesn't respond for 2 hours. I'd say the longest 2 hours of my life. I'm just like losing my shit at this point. And finally she texts me back. She says, I'm okay. I'm feeling good. We do a session the next day, and we do the same exercise, the reverse hypers. She gets through the entire 12 reps, no dizziness at all.
Oh, wow.
And we're looking at each other like, what?
What just happened?
Yeah. And so she gets the entire session, no dizziness. And so she'd been trying to like get back into working out because she wanted to just give it a try again. This had been 6 years. And she starts going to the gym, and within 2 weeks, she's working out at 50% capacity. And then COVID happens, the lockdown happens, and we kind of go out of contact for a while.
Uh-huh.
And then just all the craziness. And so we kind of fall out of contact. She moves back home to Pittsburgh. And so we're just out of contact. And so I connect with her on Instagram. It was like a year later. And she has her story that she's like running this trail with her dog. And I'm like, what? And so I messaged her, and she basically is like, yeah, like I'm running, like it's all like feeling good. Only thing my calves get tight sometimes, but everything is good. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What in the world? And so then 6 months later, I see a post on her story. It's a soccer field. And so I messaged her again. I'm like, you're playing soccer again? She says, yeah, she's playing soccer. And so we get on a call. She's like, yeah, like I'm playing soccer. I have no symptoms. My doctors don't know what happened, but I'm fully healthy. And that's where just like hitting me. I'm just like, oh,
wow,
my God.
So that was only a few sessions.
It was
at that
only,
point.
We worked together for maybe like 2-3 weeks. Like that's about it. And it was just like, it was like, I just got so emotional. It's like, for someone to go through what she did, like for something to be like an incurable condition,
Yep.
And me, I like I said, that was like the one case where I didn't think I was going to solve it. Usually I come in really confident, like, okay, we're going to get this. This was one of those things I was just like, it was so large, like, it was like, let's just see if we help a little bit. And then to completely like get her cured, like symptom free, just blew my mind. So it just really just opened the realm, just like, wow, like anything really is possible.
Yeah.
That, you could go through something so terrible for 6 years, been told by every doctor that you're not, that pretty much this is good to live with. And then all it takes is one person, with the right tool, the right technique, and that changes everything. And so that will always forever be, I don't think I'll ever have a story that tops that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm
never say never.
But it's hard to imagine something at that level, because I really did not expect to fix that or to help her get over that. And also props to her, she kept doing the lymph drainage. She implemented as well. But yeah, that one was just like, holy crap.